10 News starts right now.
Right now at 3:30, YNW Melly's double murder trial officially coming to a close.
Closing arguments just wrapped up a few minutes ago. Local 10's Ian Margle joining us live outside the courtroom in Fort Lauderdale with the latest. Ian.
Literally minutes ago, those closing arguments ended. Now this jury is about to be handed the case.
Ladies and gentlemen, at this time, I can get up here before you and say the defendant is guilty of murder in the first degree.
Closing arguments underway in the double murder trial for South Florida rapper YNW Melly.
The burden of proof is on the state. And the court told you during jury selection that this is a first-degree murder case, wherein the penalties are either life without the possibility of parole or death. You folks are going to determine this young man's fate.
Melly, whose real name is Jamel Demons, is accused of murdering two of his friends, Christopher Thomas Jr. and Anthony Williams, back in October 2018. Prosecutors say after a night spent at a recording studio in Fort Lauderdale, Melly shot and killed Thomas and Williams in the car they left in.
The overall picture puts Mr. Demons in the backseat of that Jeep. It puts him holding a gun. You don't need a murder weapon to know that he committed these two crimes.
Melly's defense team has done their best to poke holes in the state's case.
But I suggest to you folks that we have a reasonable doubt from the evidence that has been presented that there is a conflict in the evidence and there's a lack of evidence.
But the state feels confident they've proven Melly's guilt.
Ladies and gentlemen, I would ask that you serve justice, that you deliberate, and that you return a verdict of guilty as charged as to murder in the first degree.
And I just received word those deliberations have officially begun. So basically what will happen here, he is facing capital homicide charges, 2 of them, which means if he is eventually convicted of that first-degree premeditated murder, he could face anywhere from life in prison to the death penalty. The jury has also been given the option to give him a lower charge. That would be manslaughter. They can deliberate and come to a decision and say, hey, we don't think this was premeditated murder. We think this was murder, but we're not sure. They could downgrade that charge to manslaughter. This deliberation just began moments ago. We'll keep you posted every step of the way. We expect this will take quite some time. Live in Fort Lauderdale, I'm Ian Margle, Local 10 News.